stream is live.
Did it pop up?
Yeah, we live 6-7 seconds in.
Okay.
Hey, shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, this is GMS Gulf Coast, and we're just coming back at you all with a live sit-in. Topic is what? News and prophecy. Today, day 7. Just going into some of the things that are that have happened, leading to where we are in the present day, and some of the things that are going to yet come to pass. You know what I'm saying? So, with that, we're just gonna get started by giving infinite honor, praise, and glory to the Most High and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wadas. Double honors are given up to the elder apostles as well as the elder bishops, the elders of Great Millstone. A sincere shalom goes out to the men, women, and children who have come back to the obedience of the scriptures and are called on the names Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and to all the sincere Akim that go out and push this word with all true faith and sincerity, preaching and teaching the truth, as well as calling on the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. To you all, shalom.
Shalom.
And like we said, man, we're just gonna be talking about a few things, more or less just a commentary on some of the things that have come to pass, and might give some insight on why, we know why things are happening because it's prophesied by the Lord. Matter of fact, could you grab me real quick, Revelations 17 and 17?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right,
just open up that.
Okay, Con. This Revelation chapter 17 and verse 17.
Yeah.
And it reads, "For the Most High has put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled."
That's where we at right now, man. He's put in that mindset. Bob Kashak, could you also grab me Proverbs? Just give them a little more insight.
21?
Yeah, come. Yeah.
This Proverbs 21, and we're going to start at the top. This is Proverbs 21 and 1. It says, "The king's heart is in the hands of Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will."
That is right there. That's what we're witnessing. When you see Donald Trump, just just strong on those oil tankers down in Venezuela. When he uproot a world leader and put him in his jail, take him out of his own land and throw him in jail on his quote unquote his land. The threats that you see Donald Trump carry out as far as telling Greenland, his name of Greenland, that they belong to the United States, man. Somebody,
right?
And through his will and his might bestowed upon him, he's making all this. He's making good on these threats, man. He's making good on these threats, but again, it's all predicated on the Lord's will, man. Like we just read again,
Proverbs 21 and 1. It says, "The king's heart is in the hands of Yahweh."
And his heart is going into his mind. It's the inner thing that animates the decision making. That computer brain. The computer layout. You know what I'm saying? It's in the hands of the Lord, man. Ain't none of us down here, shucking and jiving about our own will. We're all doing the will of the Lord. Some shape, form, or fashion. It's all predicated on the Lord. You got it, brother.
It says, "As the rivers of water, he turns it whithersoever he will."
See that? The way he will. Going back to that Revelations 17 and 17, he put it in their hearts to give their kingdoms over to this beast, to the beast.
Come on.
So that the Lord's will shall be fulfilled. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what we're witnessing. We're watching the will of the Lord being fulfilled. We're seeing Trump and them, they taking shit and they threatening and shit, what I'm talking about?
Exactly.
And, when we see China and them throwing threats out there, what I'm talking about? North Korea, Iran. What is not Iraq? No, is it Iran or
Iran?
The Iranians.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All of this is predicated by the Lord, man. He's moving the pieces and whatnot. So we have hope and faith, what I'm talking about, that if we continue on the path which we've been called in, what I'm talking about, that we will be shielded from all the upcoming perils, man, because they there.
Exactly. And like you getting into, like we just read, you know, the Lord is orchestrating this all, man. All right, it's by the Lord's word that everything is being established, not by Esau's laws and legislations, man. Because if that was the case, what happened? Like, you know, we was rapping yesterday. What happened to the checks and balances? The judicial system, okay, and the Congress, they supposed to, you know, keep the president, so-called the king, in check. But that show they not doing that, man. So that lets you know, going back to it, that it's the Lord's will being fulfilled. Playtime is over, man. The Lord is making it known that He's orchestrating the end of this man's kingdom, man. All right, that the Lord's word is governing everything, not Esau's laws and legislations, because we see blatantly that they don't even abide by that shit, man. That's just goddamn a piece of paper with ink on it, man. That has the people under a delusion, man. Exactly. Okay. I got one real quick, you know, because like you said, he going to taking a man goddamn out his house, out his country, arresting the man in his house and his wife and shit, throwing him in prison, then threatening the vice president of Venezuela. The same thing can happen to her as if she don't get with the program. You know, that's the Lord putting that pride on this damn devil, man, to be deceived, man. Okay, because the same one that we started off with at Revelation 17:17, where it say the Lord, you know, put it on the king's heart to give power to the beast. And you go, that same chapter talks about how the Lord is going to put it on their hearts to turn against the great whore, which is America, man. That same beast is going to turn against America and melt and melt this place, man, by thermonuclear war, man. I mean, thermonuclear missiles, man. All right, because the Lord is going to have it where it's going to be a shifting point where He's going to put it on the minds, as it talks about Ezekiel 38, the minds of Russia, that evil thought, but also the minds of these other nations, NATO and the EU, as we see, is collapsing to turn against the whore, man. All right, because everything that this system, okay, Britain, aka and the daughter of Britain, America, it puts out there in the play, which is the Geneva Convention, it goes against that, man. All right, and America shows blatantly that it's not aligned with what the laws and statutes and the laws and legislation that it puts down, because again, going against the Geneva Convention. Israel signed the Geneva Convention, you know, so they was in agreement with it, 1949. All right, but yet they over there, they blowing up their own people, blowing up hospitals, killing innocent bystanders. All right, and then threatening, it was last year, threatening Ireland to separate from Ireland because Ireland spoke against them, saying that they're blatantly going against the Geneva Convention, man. You know, by killing their own people, man. So this place is through. The Lord is orchestrating the end of this queendom, man. All right, and I got real quick. This is Proverbs 21:4. It says, "And high look and a proud heart, and the plowing of the wicked is sin, man." This is a sinful kingdom, man. The Lord said, "What? Revelation 18, reward unto her double, man." All America does is plow wickedness into the earth, man. So wickedness, plow it. That's all it does, man. The scripture, what you got it? I'll go ahead.
I'm listening. Go ahead, bro.
You know, that proud look, man. You know, we can't be touched. This man on canted camera, you know, talking shit to the world, man. You know, you got it, huh?
Let me grab that real quick for you. Let me go to that Obadiah real quick. This is Obadiah 1. Just going into how proud this motherfucker is, man.
Come on.
It's Obadiah chapter 1:1. It's only one chapter in this book, so. And it reads, "The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power concerning Edom." It's talking about these so-called white folks, man. This is what the Lord has set up for them. I mean, it does seem as though, you know, there's no end to their wickedness, but there is, man. You know, talking about the Lord He's going to put this man down, man, just like a ravished animal that has rabies. They had to be put down. There's no coming back from that. And it's like this white boy has rabies, man. Well, he just has a natural affinity for being ravished. So the Lord is going to ultimately put this motherfucker down. But we're going to get into his proud and pompous nature. You know what I'm talking about? There used to be a time when Britain was running the world, and they said that the sun shall never set on Great Britain. And obviously that happened. All of these queendoms, you know what I'm talking about, come to their end. Nothing lasts forever. The only thing that's going to last forever is the kingdom will come. That's it. You know, Daniel 2:44. And it shall last forever. These other kingdoms are just, again, a part of the Lord's will. But let me get that about this proud motherfucker.
You got it.
This is Obadiah This is Obadiah 1. And one that reads the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent amongst the heathen, sent among the heathen. Arise ye and let us rise against her and battle. And our battle with this trick is spiritual.
Yep.
You know, this is, you know, the words that come out the mouths of the prophets, according to the will of the Father, the Heavenly Father, by way of His only God, Son. Let it be fire to these people, man. Let it make them uneasy, and that's what we're seeing. You know, Revelations 11 and 11.
Yep.
In great fear when they sent them stood upon their feet, remembered who they were. The Lord called them back into remembrance. That set a great unease on these people, man. Don't let these people fool you, man. These people are not the end all be all. They're just a means to the end for the Lord. That's it. They're being used. You know.
That's
so,
it. Up.
So the strength is in the power. That's why it says when it goes into God, that means Allah, means power. In Hebrew, that means power. The Lord Yahweh, our power. He's the animating force for everything: the waves, the air, the trees, the grass, every human being. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly. Hey, His name says it all.
Yeah, yeah, He is. He exists, and everything that exists because of Him. So you're an extension, like what we say that, like an avatar.
Like an avatar. Yep.
You know like an avatar. You know what I'm saying? When they say dark side, so you've been dealing with my avatar all the time.
You've been dealing with my avatar the whole time. That wasn't even me.
Yeah, that wasn't even me. Verse 2, back in that Obadiah, verse 2, it says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. They going back into what you were saying. You know, these other nations, man, these nations done had their feel, because guess what? The Lord, like we broke open, there was Revelation 17 and 17.
Come on.
The Lord had put it upon their minds to fulfill, to give a portion of their kingdom to the beast. This shit done ran its course, man, and you see it, man. Everybody's having an issue with America and those Israelis, man. Everybody has an issue with them. You know, you can't find a handful of motherfuckers on the same team with America. Even the ones that are on the team with America got an issue with what's going on with the relationship between the U.S. and the Israelis. They got an issue somewhere or another. They got some type of qualm, some type of titch. You know, that they got to call that to task. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. that is like you getting into, man. You know, some form of fashion. One of these nations have a problem with, you know, Israel, the United States, the bullshit that they got going on. Particular Israel. You know, because a lot of those countries that's a part of the EU and NATO, their problem is really with the shit that's going on over there in Israel, man.
Exactly.
You know, so that makes all the sense of why. Okay, and then you got America blatantly backing them. It makes all the sense how the Lord is going to orchestrate it. You know, for the beast to turn his back on the whore. You know.
Exactly. You hit the nerve right there. It's mainly those EU nations and those quote unquote Middle Eastern nations. You know, they got an issue with the Israelis, man. You know, and what the United States is bagging them, man, with welfare. You know, that money, and military gadgets and shit, man.
Fine.
So you can't sit on the sideline and say I'm not down with them, which America's not saying that, but you can't sit idly by. You're guilty by association, and your ass is actually putting into the fight. America, you know. Let me finish this. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, though art greatly thou art greatly despised. The pride of thy heart has deceived thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And you know, that's America, man.
Yes.
That's America. I mean, when you look at Donald Trump, man, I mean, he knows that his image, his persona, how the world views him.
Yep.
He knows it's not favorable. You know what I'm saying? And yet he'll go in front of them cameras and lie and put on as though, you know, he the greatest thing since sliced cheese.
Come on.
Yeah, and he know that that's not the case. That's that pride, man. Let's read it again. It says, the pride of their heart That's a great stumbling block to these damn rednecks, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Pride heart, you know what I'm talking about? So that's what's got him acting where there's no reasoning. When you that powerful, there ain't nothing to be told you, man. You need to chill out, man. Everybody looking at your ass fucked up, looking at us collectively.
Right.
You know, fucked up. But you know what I'm saying? But thus goes the king, so goes the people. There's a scripture that goes into that, man. Yep. I can't think of it. I think it's in Sirach. But
I got you. I'll pull it for you.
Yeah, come. Because Americans, by and large, man, they're being looked at like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, even amongst Americans here, you know, here in the United States, there's dissension.
Yep.
There's separation because you voted for that man. Now, how you think the countries in the world, you know, feel about Donald Trump when they all gather together and shit? He running around that motherfucker like he the big boss or something, like he's some mob boss or something.
Right. That shows how he carrying himself.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Like he the big boss, you know what I'm saying? That's that pride, man. That's that pride, and the people who stand behind that, who's been given license, because that's essentially what's been happening. They've been given permission without even saying it. Y'all can be just as proud, you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Because we're Americans. We're Americans. It's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Just prideful.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's how you moving around, man. And let the Lord say, I make you small amongst the heathen, man. You greatly despised, man.
Hey, come on, brother.
You got that?
Hey, I got you a 2-piece too after this one.
You got it, bro.
This is Sirach 10 in verse 2. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein.
So it didn't leave nobody out. Oh, he talking about his officers, those in his cabinet. No, he talking about the collective.
The collective.
Those he ruled over, man. Y'all got that same pompous attitude, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So much so that y'all be unaliving one another. Brother, put a clip up. But you know that Edomite ran to another Edomite. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? This just blatantly feel like you can just unalive a man. You know what I'm talking about? Just, I mean, you know, I ain't got no issue with y'all knocking one another off. Wrong. But when you seen it, it was like, okay, there was no physical. Nobody got physical, man.
Exactly.
You gotta be rational. Okay, my life wasn't threatened. Damn sure didn't put his hands on me. So why you gonna act like that, man? You know what I'm talking about? Right. That's that pride, man. Feeling like you can do whatever and there's no consequences. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly.
That's how Trump is when he out here bullying these nations about their oil, then turn around and try to get folks to come back to the bargaining chip to the table and say, well, you're gonna have to buy this oil from us. We're gonna send American companies into Venezuela and we're gonna manage the oil. Man, what kind of motherfucking attitude is that, man?
Right.
That's that pride, man.
A pompous attitude.
Yeah, this motherfucker crazy, man. Mm-hmm. And the people he ruled over, they crazy too. That's all I'm saying. That's crazy, man.
Hey,
you got it.
Verse 3, it says, an unwise king destroys his people. But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. And that ain't gonna happen until the Lord returns.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, but like your brother was getting into, man, that's the slogan now. You know, that Trump, the Trumpism that's made up for, but everybody goddamn proud, crazy, and fucking rampant around here, man. You know, me and the brother's been talking shit as a collective about it, you know, man, just being safe on the road because mugs is goddamn losing it, man. Damn, they're running you off the road, goddamn crashing in the fucking trees, you know, goddamn, man, just a whole bunch of shit. My wife was telling me yesterday that goddamn some chick, it was an Eve woman. Look, she said she was younger. You know, on the goddamn phone, almost ran into her. You know, on the phone, my wife said she was in her right lane, but the girl on the fucking phone, you know, talking and shit, and swerved, almost hit hit the front of my wife's car. You know, and then just looked, you know, and kept fucking going. And then what you just had an incident not too long ago.
Same thing. You damn near explain. I mean, yeah, you damn describe what I went through. What I went through was intentional. This bitch, I don't know what and this has become the norm. That's what we're saying, man. This is the norm, man. You got to be prayed up, man.
Exactly.
what's that? 2 Thessalonians 5. No,
Hey, pray without ceasing. Yep.
Yeah, 1 Thessalonians. Yeah, you got to pray without ceasing, man. And that's every waking moment of your life, man, is always at peril. It's always at odds with the society, man. With yeah, just at odds with the world, man.
Exactly.
You trying to do what's right and what's righteous, what's pleasing to the Lord, man. These demons are on a high alert.
Yep.
They have a job to do as well, man. And these people, you're not in this truth, man. That's what you are. Just like Morpheus told, what's your name, Neo? He said, you're not disconnected from this damn matrix, then you potentially an agent, man. You're an agent. You're a fucking agent out here, man. You ain't not dealing with this truth, man. You know, it shouldn't surprise none of some of the things that we see that we, that's why we should be prayed up, man.
Exactly.
Because the unexpected is going to happen. Man, I don't see how that bitch, this, that. Man, that's the case, man. That's what it is.
Exactly what it is.
That's what it is.
Hey, what King David says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, shall feel no evil, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's a prayer within itself, like the brother get into. We have to pray, man. Daily, man. The time you got down, wake up, you need to pray. You know, for the safety of your family, the brothers and their families. You need to pray, man. You know, because we're in some treacherous times. We're in the perilous times, man. You know, the scriptures say redeem the time because walk circumspectly, redeem the time because the days are evil, man. All right, and we see, like the brother brought out, an unwise king destroys his people, man. Their energy, they're receiving the energy from Trump, man. He's putting that energy out there that just proud, don't give a fuck, do what you feel and what you want. You know, no consequences. You kill a mother, what you say, unalive a mug, and goddamn, hey, feel good about it.
What he did? What just happened up there with that organ? That woman with the ICE agents.
Yep.
Just emptied a couple rounds in that woman's face, man, and then the Secretary of War
backing him.
Yeah, Trump, and then another one is cabinet members. Everybody on the same team. Amos 3 and 3. They all on the same team, man. Can two walk together unless they be agreed, man? These people say they went as far as to blame her for her. You know, somebody, and it's out for the world to see.
Exactly. Where's the check? Where the checks and balances at? Where's the checks?
You went into that, man. There's no more of that, you know, because the will of the Lord is being carried out. And as I see it, man, it's in a hurry too, man.
Exactly, brother.
These things are happening in a hurry, you know.
ICE ain't nothing but basically a fucking private military militia.
You know what I like to say? ICE is. I like to say that ICE. It's just me. This is a legend.
You got it.
I think ICE is the motherfuckers that stole the Capitol, right? And then, and then they all got pardoned and then when Trump got back in the second round, he gave them badges. He gave them license to do. You know what I'm talking about? When I say them damn, when that January 6th.
That's it.
They just got. That's why they be coming. Well, you know, I'm just talking shit, but yeah, I'm just talking shit.
Come on. Yeah, this plays through. You know, it's basically a dictatorship now. Yeah. You know, the only thing now left, goddamn, which we know is coming, martial law. You know, you could say in a sense we basically somewhat in that. You know, with these motherfucking ICE agents running rampant, how they doing? You know,
they just haven't declared that yet. Exactly. But in so many words they did, because they said we're under FEMA. We're still under FEMA. That was never resent, and that came out during his first administration.
Exactly.
We're under the powers of FEMA. That was never resent. You know what I'm saying? When they don't come on here officially, you know, it's just like Walmart was staying open 24/7 before the CV Acts of 19.
Yep.
All right, now it closed at a certain time. Now every day since then, and that's official.
Yep.
If anybody said that was okay, we're gonna do this and it's gonna be the official. It was done it was done officially, and then it's left there.
Yep.
Left, you know. So when you get into the powers of FEMA, you know, what he had bestowed in his first term, Biden didn't rescind it, and he hasn't rescinded it either.
Yep.
So when you get into the powers of when you get into, you know, the little particulars of that, it comes with a level of martial law.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Trump is just a figurehead, so you could say Trump is just following the orders now. You know what I'm saying? Which they all do. Don't get me wrong, but his role as president has been greatly diminished as far as, somebody his roles and whatnot. He's actually a strong arm for the people who really run the planet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's basically what we're seeing is we're seeing a real live emperor.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Matter of fact, you know what?
There's no more, as we seeing, the Republic, the ancient Roman Republic. It was basically ran by what? The Senate.
The Senate.
But now it's shit. Well, we're in the Roman Empire, although 2.0. It's been ran by the emperor with all authority. Like you say, what his cabinet, the people that posted they supposed to keep him in check. The judicial system supposed to keep him in check. But shit, they all in lines with him. Ain't nothing happening to this man. This man is going around just deboing shit, and ain't nothing happening to him. That's a dictatorship. That's an emperor.
Yeah, he ain't. He ignoring the decrees coming from the court. Mm-hmm. He's already been convicted on 30-some odd indictments. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's evident.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so much shit that's going on that that the public by and large don't keep up with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they can keep pushing, keep moving forward, and then it becomes the norm. You know what I'm saying? This is real quick. I'm gonna grab this real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 3:15 in the NLT, and it reads, it says, "What is happening now?" Going back to saying Rome, it says, "What is happening now has happened before, and what will happen in the future." See, because we get into that. These things are going to happen again. What's happening now has happened before, and what will happen in the future has happened before, because God makes the same things happen over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not sitting up here saying things that sound sensational.
No,
he's a Roman emperor and this and that. They sound stupid. Well, shit, the proof is there. Trump has violated every constitutional ordeal that deals with the people, ruling over the people and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? The giving of making of the American citizen, whether it be naturalized or what it is, that 14th Amendment, you either be naturalized damn, it was the other one. I can't forget. All of that shit is being goddamn null and void, man.
Yep.
And the court says, well, you can't do that. The only thing that you can do as a president is rescind what another president has done.
Right.
Like an executive order or something. Anything that's been made law, it went through the judicial process. Therefore, you can't do that. That's unconstitutional. What Trump said, he just throw a finger up to their ass and keep doing.
Exactly, because that's really the powerhouse, the judicial system. Because the judicial system checks the president and Congress.
Yeah.
Congress can check the president, but the president also can check Congress. It's the judicial system that check both of their ass without being checked. But like you said, Trump saying fuck both of them.
The hell with both of them. He throwing the finger up. He like, man, the hell with all that. You know what I'm talking about? And going back to your point, what is that then? That's Rome 2.0, man.
2.0. He's a tyrant. That's why the Congress was set in place and the judicial system was set in place, man. What we was going into the Magna Carta.
The Magna Carta.
Magna Carta, yeah, which goes back to what the Great Letter or something like that, something roughly paraphrasing. Which supposed to what that's set up to keep the king or the emperor or the president in check.
That's
it. You got Britain, they got the parliament, and you got the
Germany got the Reichstag. And the United States got Congress.
And it's supposed to be what? The representation is supposed to be the same thing as the Magna Carta. Which is what? A treaty where everybody come together, all factions come together of the civil, of the system, and goddamn have a vote, have a say so, and to keep the president, the emperor, the king in check so he don't run rapid. But that shit has been ripped up and burned.
Let me read it again for you. Ecclesiastes 3:15 NLT, what is happening now has happened before, and what will happen in the future has happened before, because Yahweh makes the same things happen over and over again.
And how did Rome fall? Same thing.
Same thing. That's what we're getting to. The same thing, man. And Rome eventually fell when Jacob took over. The Holy Roman Empire.
Yes, sir.
But this time it's gonna be the Yasha Allah Empire.
Come on.
Same thing's happening over and over. It's happening again, but this time it's gonna be set forever, man. Because when Jacob took over back then, they were still running in the rudiments of the heathens, you know what I'm talking about? But they failed nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? When you get into the Holy Roman Empire, was something else that was called. But that shit happening all over again, man. That's what we're witnessing. And it's important that you know what happened then. If it wasn't the case, then why is the scripture? You got to know what happened back then, so you know what's going on right now. Exactly. But a lot of you jakes, man, you so stiff-necked, hard-headed, rebellious, you know what I'm talking about, that you don't want to deal with history. And I've heard this personally from a lot of different jakes, man. Oh, man, that was back then. That was back then. You know what I'm talking about? Well, back then is happening right now.
It's happening right goddamn
it's happening right now, goddamn.
Hey, I got something for y'all.
You got it.
Okay, just going back to it, you know how shit very soon, hey, the Lord is about to take this damn devil down using these nations, man. You know, that proud look is about to be, the Lord's about to cease that, man. You know what it say, before destruction comes humility, roughly paraphrasing. You know, it says, this is Isaiah 14:4. It reads that thou shalt take up, which let me see. Yeah, this is I'm gonna start at 4. It says I'm gonna start at 3. It says, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrows and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, man, the Israelites over here in America, man. Okay, it says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased, man. All right, and what is that, man? We was the golden city. The oppressor, we forced to breathe fucking out. We forced to live, you know, pay to live, man. We forced to goddamn pay for water and food, you know. Like this man owns the goddamn planet, man. You know?
Exactly. Yep.
It says the Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler, man. We're seeing that happening, man. Though, you know, if you don't have the eyesight to see, you know, through the spirit, we see how the Lord is setting up this man's destruction, man, his failure. All right, but to the world's eye view, you know, they see a king, they see an emperor, they see goddamn a man with great authority, but the Lord is setting him up, okay, to be destroyed, man. All right, because when you go back into Obadiah, what it says, they have laid, those that ate the bread with thee has laid a snare. All right, everything that's going on, the Lord is orchestrating a big trap for this damn devil. The same weaponry that he used to conquer nations is the same weaponry the Lord is going to use against him. All right, to take him down. All right, it says, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindrance. All right, and what we see going on, man. He smote the people with a continuous stroke. Like the brothers, man, he went to a man that's supposed to be sovereign, has his own military. You went straight to his goddamn house, you know, goddamn, he didn't get to eat breakfast, goddamn. Took him and his wife with no problem.
Night riders,
huh? You know, took it, and then for you left, you shitted on, blew some shit up.
Yep. Claim it was done without taking any lives and whatnot, man. You got it though, brother. Yeah, you got it.
It says the whole earth is at rest and it's quiet. They break forth into singing. That's what the Lord is preparing for us, man. Mm-hmm. All right, for peace. The whole earth, man, starting with the elect, though, but everybody is going to get rest when this devil is taken down violently, man. Okay, by Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. It says, yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon sing. Since thou art laid down, no fellow. A fellow is a person that cuts down trees. The trees are likened unto what? Nations. It says, no fella is come up against us. And that's literal, too, because we see how he's doing the earth. He taking goddamn the lungs from the earth to the trees. He cutting down every goddamn thing just to cut it down. Burning down shit. You know, the earth and the people on the earth. You know what it says in Revelation? This man was given the sword to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another with the sword.
Yep.
You know, he's doing that well. You know, but all that shit has an end, and we're seeing it being manifest. It says, "Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming." Anytime you got it. It says, "It stirs up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art
And that's
thou
what.
become like unto us?"
And see,
You got
that's what's happening, man. See, the fact that they're losing their grip. Matter of fact, let me read something real quick.
you got
Real
it.
quick. Hold that right there. Hold that. What you got? Let's see. Real quick. Read that part again. What you just said. It's like, yeah.
It says, Isaiah 14:10, it says, "And they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us?"
Okay. Now I want to read a deal. See, I want to try to give some explanation of how America has become weak. Now it's all being done by the will of the Lord. Now don't get me wrong. That's the first and foremost thing, because we read that these kings were supposed to give their portion of their kingdom to the beast. I want to read this deal right here dealing with the petrodollar, and now they're becoming weak because that system that they set up is coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
The nation's done their due diligence according to the will of the Lord to set Esau up. To set him up, you know, what he said, to be in agreement with the beast, to give so that the will of the Lord can come about. And this is one of them. I like to believe that this is one of them. This petrodollar, which was established in the 70s. It says the deal that established the U.S. dollar as the currency for oil sales, known as the petro system, originated from the 70s. Agreements where the U.S. provided military aid and security to Saudi Arabia in exchange for the Saudis pricing oil exclusively in dollars and recycling those dollars to the U.S. assets, solidifying the dollar's global dominance.
Ooh.
See what I'm saying? Back then, they had the oil. Back in the 60s, they had this big gold rush. No, not gold. I'm like the oil. Well, like the oil is the gold, but they had this oil rush.
Black gold up. You got
it. And what they did was they rushed their companies in there. BP, Petroleum, Exxon Mobil, Chevron. They sent the businessmen went into the Saudi sands and dredged up that oil and whatnot. And what they did was, like you said, the U.S. made a deal with the Saudis to sell that oil worldwide. By only way you can buy it was through U.S. currency. So that and the U.S. said, we're gonna be a guard unto you, that no one can come in here strong on you about your resources. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have to price your oil in dollars.
Right.
But that deal was only set up for so many years. You know what I'm talking about? Now that deal has ran dry. It done ran out. Yep. Now everybody else is, you know what I'm talking about? Now you had the BRICS nation that came up with another way of doing doing commerce and whatnot. You follow what I'm saying? So the United States has become weak. They're no longer the stronghold, because people have found different routes and routes around that dollar, because, as we know, they was able to weaponize their dollar by sanctioning countries. Everybody had to deal in dollars in order to get the oil. You gonna run your society. You got gas and diesel and petrol, natural gas, all these different things. You had to buy it in U.S. currency.
Yep.
But that ran its course. Let me keep reading.
You got it.
It says U.S. provided military aid, security to Saudi Arabia in exchange for the Saudis pricing oil exclusively in dollars and recycling those dollars into U.S. assets, solidifying the dollar's global dominance. While there isn't one single contingency active deal, this foundational agreement formalized after President Nixon, because Nixon was the one that got rid of the gold standard. So the dollar had to be, if you get rid of the gold standard, that means that the dollar was backed by gold. You had to bag it in something. So they traded the gold out because I believe they got rid of all the gold. You know what I'm talking about? The banking family got all the gold. So they had to bag it in oil reset. So your dollar was bagged in oil. That made the U.S. citizen, the citizen by and large, obsolete because you couldn't. What was you gonna do with a barrel of oil? You go to the bank and I want to trade my money in and get some gold. No, there ain't no gold there no more. You got to trade the dollar in to get oil.
Right.
So you became obsolete. Goddamn, you ain't. Yep. You know what I'm talking about? But you don't understand these things. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, let me keep reading. It says the foundation is to continue to active deal. It says the foundation agreement formalized after President Nixon 1973 meeting with Saudi leaders created a system where oil is priced and traded in USD, and surplus oil revenues, petrodollars, are reinvested in U.S. market, creating a powerful economic link. So since that thing has run the course, that has run its course, the United States has become weak like the rest of the nations.
Yep.
And the brothers going into have thou come as weak as we.
Mm-hmm.
These folks have found a way around all that, but see, that had to be set up. That particular deal and that particular way of doing business had to be set up so that the United States can globalize and rule the whole world, because Russia had to deal in dollars. When they raided Saddam Hussein, they found in those palaces he had goddamn miles and miles of pallets of $100 bills. Miles and miles. But he didn't want to deal in the dollar no more.
Right.
United States, I remember pictures of this shit. You can't find it no more. But they had pictures. You had them palaces. Some of them palaces stretched 6-7 miles, man. And he had underground. He had pallets of $100 bills. Why? And the United States confiscated that money, but the Saudis were actually not the Saudis, but the Iraqis under Saddam Hussein. They was actually selling oil to certain nations like the Iranians, the Syrians, Syria. Who else it was? I think it was Qatar. Well, you know what I'm saying. A couple of those Middle Eastern nations. You know what I'm saying. And so, what they were going to do, they were going to come up with their own currency, just like Libya tried to do. You follow what I'm saying? But see, the thing about them is that their military could not hold back the United States, sort of like what Venezuela's doing.
Right.
But the deal that was made between the Russians, the Chinese and whatnot, it was all that deal was made whereas they can take their oil and pay for the services that Russia was providing them. Like Russia was providing them with certain military arms and whatnot. So, kind of same like this petrol deal.
Right.
But it wasn't exclusive, you know, somebody, because you had China, Russia, Iranians, you know, somebody, they were all taking payments through the oil. That's what them oil shipments was about.
Right.
They were getting the oil to pay off their tabs to the Russians for bringing them guns, weapons, training their troops and whatnot. This is how they were paying them.
Yep.
That's their money. So the United
Cutting
States,
out the middleman.
Yeah, you know, somebody fucked them. And see, Hugo Chavez got rid of BP and Chevron, Exxon, all of these big time oil manufacturers and whatnot. He ran them out of the country of Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were trapping their own oil, and they were making good on investing in their own people.
Exactly.
That's what this all about. So the United States said we got to jump in, and we can't allow any country over here in the Western Hemisphere to be able to trade with our say so, without us having in on it. You know what I'm talking about? So now the United States got this oil. What did Trump say? We gonna what you gonna do with that oil, Trump? We gonna sell it.
We gonna sell it. We might put it in our reserves.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna sell it. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it's about. Because you trying to cut out the middleman, Venezuela. You dealing with Russia and China and whatnot. Now we're gonna get Russia and China back to the table and see and make them buy this oil for the set price that we got set up.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Now, they don't want to.
That ain't nothing but a bullet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Because these countries still need the oil and whatnot.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? So they're trying to force them to come back to the table. This is one last ditch to try to keep that American dollar afloat, man. This may be the last year that you see the American dollar, you know, having some type of prominence, you know, because we know it done lost a lot of value because they got the BRICS nations now.
Exactly. And we see, and we know all that's going to that MOTB system.
Yeah.
We know Trump is highly invested in.
Yep.
You know, that what is it? The what is it on that cryptocurrency company, Liberty of America, some of that nature.
Let me see. Let me close all that. That crypto currency company. Well, they got a couple of them here, though. Be honest with you.
But Trump, the one I'm talking
Trump
about
is invested in one, though. I know I can't think of the one he invested in, but yeah, billions in it. Him and his son. I mean, his children and whatnot. Yeah. I can't think of it though.
I think it's some Liberty. Liberty. Matter of fact, hold on real quick. I might be able to pull it. You know, since we're quoting it, I want to get it for the listeners.
This cryptocurrency that President Trump is invested in.
World Liberty Financial.
World Liberty Finance. WLFI.
Yep.
It says
he highly invested that shit out. They get a big return. Big return.
It says President Trump is invested in several cryptocurrencies and related businesses ventures, including the token WLFI, Trump, and Melania. What is his wife's name? Melania. As well as indirect holdings in Bitcoin, BTC, and I can't even pronounce the other one. ETH through corporate interest. It says World Liberty Finance, Trump and his family. See that?
That is Trump and his family
founded the crypto firm and hold a significant stake in its native token WLFI.
Think they get like 70% of that shit up.
Yeah. It says the on paper value of these holdings was estimated at approximately $5 billion. In late 2025. The company also offers stable coin called USD1, which is pegged to the US dollar, generating ongoing income for the Trump organization's affiliate.
Yep.
So this man. I mean, these things right here. See all these tax cuts and whatnot.
Yep.
All that stuff is for them, man.
Exactly.
That's what all this is about. This is what you're seeing. But in the meantime, you got
they making plays in the digital world.
Yeah.
He's all with it. They gonna, through the spirit, we believe these elites are gonna use Trump, which they have to push that MOTB. See all this shit fighting for the dollar. They know that's over. That's not their goal no more. They want full control. So that just what they theatrics.
Yeah.
What's going on right now, but really what's going on that behind the scenes, people is not realizing and not paying attention to. Majority of people is that, man, they're pushing for this damn new world order system, this mark of the beast. Why you think they're pushing, innovating, goddamn, smart TV? You got it now. Where goddamn, they want your whole house to be smart, where your microwave and your oven and your refrigerator is connected. Your oven to cut on. You can go on. They got shit where I seen it on Samsung. It's this little free TV show, not TV show, but free channel that come with your Samsung TV. And Samsung was producing basically like your whole house smart, where you don't know. This how they were starting it. Sometimes you're tired and you don't know what to cook, or you don't want to think about all the different ideas to cook. So we have a refrigerator, and they showing it. A smart refrigerator where goddamn it got a screen on it and everything, where your you could tell your refrigerator to depending on what your refrigerator keep over what you put in it, and you could tell your refrigerator would come up with a quick idea with quick meal for the night, and your refrigerator calculate know what's in it, and goddamn what you got in it, it'll come up with a quick meal, and then it'll have the time and the prep, how to make it. The time prep and all that, and then it'll send a signal to your oven to go and preheat your oven for the meal, or your stove. The same is connected to your microwave. Man, it's wild how they was goddamn putting that shit on there.
And then and to just to add to what you're saying, that's crazy. How the hell they already don't want you forging without having a license. You can't go catch fish if your ass hungry. You know, all these homeless folks running around, you know what I'm talking about, you know,
right.
but they can't go and catch a fish without having a license, have permission. And now it's gotten so intrusive that the appliances, your house, is even dictating what you eat and what time and the meat. You know what I'm talking about? What the hell is you doing? What good is you?
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? You can't think ahead of time to prepare a meal for tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna take a roast out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let it unthaw and whatnot. Preparation. You people have become like it says, useless eaters, as they like to say. Guam, you know what I'm talking about, the nation.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You for you to accept it, and you can see it by and large, people are, because they make commercials and whatnot, and all they do is rock to the tune of those commercials. You know, they spend billions of dollars in commercials just to sway your mindset. You know what I'm talking about, to make you become that much more lazy. That shit crazy, man. You know, that shit wild. I mean,
that's fucking spyware.
You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. You know,
if it can do that, that motherfucker can tell you when you can and can't eat. It'll lock up on your ass where you can't even open your goddamn refrigerator.
You just made me think of something. Let me get this real quick.
You got it up. You know, but that's what this system is going, man. And people are constantly giving all, you know, they amazed by it. But man, that's wicked, man. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, we don't have, you know, certain appliances, but the direction that this man is going with it, to have full control over you through this technology, is wicked. That's what I'm saying. You know, to dictate everything in your life, what you spend, you know, what you spend on, you know, what you're doing, how you're doing it, you know, like just full total control over. That's what this system is all about. The mark of the beast is all about. The MOTB, that CHIP is all about full control over you. You got it up.
Control.
Full, yep. And these smart, the smart technology is linked to the MOTB, man.
The CIA can take over the call. I'm trying to find that technology was just, you know, that can take over calls.
Okay.
The CIA uses to take calls. You know what I'm saying? That driver assist shit and all that. QNX. There it is, right here. It says right here. It says informant and navigation systems, which are often highly connected to cellular networks, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi, making them more vulnerability entry points for the cyber attack. The QNX operating system used by many automakers was specifically mentioned as a potential mission error in the leaked document. It says, let me see. I'm trying to find it. Let's see. According to the document released by WikiLeaks in 2017, going back to Edward Snowden, you talking about these spywares and whatnot in your houses and whatnot. It says the CIA has explored the capability of remotely hacking potentially controlling vehicle systems and modern internet connected cars and trucks, but there is no confirmed instant of an agency using such technology for the purpose of taking over your car in public case. The technology in question refers to the general vulnerabilities present in connected car systems rather than a specific purpose-built CIA technology installed by manufacturers for government use. These vulnerabilities exist in various electronic systems that may manage vehicle functions. It says key technologies and systems that have been identified as potential target include onboard telematic systems such as General Motors OnStar, which provides a two-way cellular data modern and can transmit data like location, speed, and diagnosis to remote servers. See, and it's called, and all these cars nowadays has this. The QNX system, operating system, used by many automakers, was specifically mentioned in the potential mission. And they got They got a document called potential mission error. in parentheses, it says leaked documents. So these, going back to your TVs and your stoves and all this bullshit, they want you totally relying on them. Totally, and that's actually it's in contradiction with the Lord. How the Lord wants us to be totally reliant on Him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you can see the play that Esau Edom is doing. This is Proverbs 3 and 5. And it reads, it says, let me see. And it says, Proverbs 3 and 5. And it reads, trust in the Lord with all, the Lord Yahweh with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. So they essentially want you to do what this right here, the scripture's telling us to be true believers, man. Want you to trust and believe in him. They want you to believe. You don't even have to worry about fixing your dinner.
Exactly.
Now they made AI robots. They come in there and cook for your ass. You know what I'm talking about? This shit is crazy, man. It's diabolical. But I had a scripture real quick going into that money.
Got it.
This is because now the money is going to be obsolete. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 1, and it reads, "For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge is the wisdom wisdom giveth life to them that have it." Now, when we get into that, the wisdom giveth life, we are wise to know that the fall of the paper dollar and all these things right here that's being done away with through the scriptures, through our teachings that's been taught to us, that we know that this system is leading to what? The MOTB, you know what I'm talking about? So we have to be wise and not to go too far. You know what I'm talking about? Because these things, like what we was discussing the other day, all right, they want you to have real ID now. You know what I'm talking about? That's going to be the thing that's going to be pushed this year, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but like you said, what you say, you use the word, but don't abuse it.
Don't abuse it.
You have to use these things, but then we got to get to a point where say, okay, that ain't gonna go. That's it. That's as far as I go with this shit.
That's it.
So you got to be wise to understand that. So since the wisdom says, read again, Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense, and money can get you, and up until this point, get you out of a lot of situations. You know what I'm talking about? But that's no longer going to be the case moving forward, man.
Hey, that trail gonna run out, and then what you have after that, like you get into your fear of the Lord.
The fear of the Lord.
Trumps all.
Yep.
That trumps all.
Exactly.
I got something for you real quick to bag you up.
You got it,
this
bro.
for you. This is Psalms 37 and verse 39 through 40. But the salvation of the righteous is of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah. He is their strength in the time of trouble, Jacob's trouble. All right. When they make this damn market, this MOTB mandatory, what you gonna rely on? That money, now money is over with. Now what do you have? What defense do you have? It has to be the fear of the Lord, man.
And that's wisdom.
You got to go ahead up.
No, and that's wisdom. It's got to be the fear of the Lord, man. It's another scripture that you bring out a lot. The beginning of cleaving unto the Lord is what? The
faith. Sirach, I grab it.
Grab it from me real quick,
This is Sirach 25.
See, you got to drop the money. You got the reliance on the money. That shit, you know what I'm saying? This is making a way where you gonna have to just let that go. Your wisdom, the wisdom, the belief in the Lord, having that faith and that belief, to that wisdom overall. You got to read that real quick.
Hey, I'm gonna start at the top because this start at 11. It says, this is Sirach 25 and 11. It says, but the love of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah passes all things for an illumination. He that holdeth it, whereto shall he be likened? The fear of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him.
Yeah, faith. These are the things and that's being wise and where you stand in all of this, man.
Yep.
Because the Lord is, Lord being the originator of all things, you know what I'm talking about? The good and the evil, the light and the dark, you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
And being wise enough to know these things, but you know what I'm saying, it's being taught to you. The Lord supping with you, you know what I'm saying? And you understanding that. So now the wisdom kicks in, and having that proper fear, that right there is going to be a shield and a defense in a time of trouble, man. And you was going into Jacob's trouble, man. You got up.
This for you. You spoke it. Verse 40, back in Psalms 37 and 40. You got it. It says, and Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh shall help thee, Salakia, help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him.
Yeah, they're secure. That confidence in the Lord, man. Trust goes in the confidence, being secure. That decision that you made to trust in the Lord, you are fully invested in that. You trusted in that, period. Just like a child would trust that their parents is going to come through for them. You know what I'm talking about? You got that unwavering trust and confidence. You know what I'm talking about? And the Lord going to come through for you, man. These things, right, and we've been warned about these things. That's a good thing about it. The Lord is giving you heads up about, things so that they don't catch you unawares, man. You ain't just left out here to your own device, your own thoughts.
Exactly.
You've been schooled, you've been taught, you've been groomed, you've been, you know what I'm talking about? You've been brainwashed. Your brain has been cleansed. You've been washed to come back to the reality of things, man.
That's it.
And as we see these things happen moment by moment, day by day, week by week, month by month, our faith grows in it. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, he said that was said in this scripture right here. This is what that's talking about. You have the men of the Lord filtering these things and going through the scriptures and showing you this is what this is talking about. Or it's going from a digital currency to a worldwide currency where everybody's going to be. That's in Revelation 13 chapter.
Yep.
Verse 16. You know what I'm talking about? That right there is building your faith because, it's like building a cake, goddamn, layer by layer by layer. And that you're going to get to a point where all is going to, it's going to break loose.
Hey, if I may, like you said, but before you bake that cake, what is it? That preparation? You got to get your mind together.
Yep. Preparing. This is what this is doing. It's preparing you, man. It's preparing you. You're not sitting idly by and doing what you want to do week to week, month to month, or whatever the case may be. You done retired now. Now you want to go and run up and down the golf course now. You know what I'm talking about?
Talking about a hole in one.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? You got work to do, man. You gave Caesar what he wanted, and that was continuous employment, building up his kingdom and whatnot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Making him richer. You know what I'm talking about? Now that he said, okay, you can retire, and I got a few pennies set aside for you. Now you don't want to do nothing else. You want to cast off the Lord, this and that. And you don't want to do nothing.
Hey, you got a few pennies for your penny pension. Your pension. Yeah. Your pension.
They used to have a thing like that, a penny pension.
Penny pension. You got your pension put up for you. Now they taking that though.
Now he's taking that. And he's so wicked and evil, man, that like you say, he had a system set up to take care of you after the fact, right? A system to take care of you after you've done your time, you know what I'm saying, for him. And now he's came up with ways, goddamn, to take that back now. It's ultimately gonna ride. It's gonna wind down to you're gonna have to do this.
Yep.
To get that. Hold on, man. You ain't said that in the beginning. That wasn't even in the contract. How you know? You never even read the contract.
Right.
You just signed your name and went to work. That's it.
That's it.
You didn't know all the details to what's going on. But the scriptures go into all of that, man, about how crafty he is and he's a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? He frame mischief by a law.
Yep.
It goes into all of that, man. That's what all this is talking about, man. It ain't got to be to the direct understanding of you. That's why it's written in parable forms and it's mysteries. And these mysteries are given, these secrets are given onto the men that he deal with, his prophets, man.
Hey, I got something for you, brother.
You got it, brother.
This for you. This is Psalms 25 and 14. It says the secrets of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant.
That is. With them that fear him. Majority of so-called blacks and Latinos, Native American, they don't fear the Lord, man.
No.
You'll run down to him for the elder apostles been running this down for decades about Christmas and all these jacked up ass holidays and whatnot. But how do you show you fear the Lord? You ignore all of that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Something as simple as that, man. Just reneging on being participants in these celebrations. You can't even do that, man. So you ain't got no fear of the Lord.
No.
You can't eat no bacon and sausages and shit like that, man. You know what I'm saying? All pork lace shit. Just stop eating that shit, man. The Lord. Here it is in scripture. You want to see it? Here it is. It's right here in the scripture. and you still don't want to do it. You know what I'm talking about? Why? Because you don't fear the Lord, man.
Exactly.
You know,
and that's why they're not going to be defended. And that's why they're going to be taken unaware. That's why this day, the day of the Lord, is going to be as a thief in the night to them, man. Because, like you said, they trusted in this system, this society. What you say, that white boy, you know, and you're going to see that your trust in him was a delusion, man. Okay, was wasted because he's out to get you. He's out to destroy you. It says the son of perdition, man. He's being revealed to what he is. But Jake ignored and constantly given to those worldly pleasures, those worldly affairs and cares, man. All right, but like you say, when it comes to our apostles and elders and bishops, they've been out there, 40 plus, our apostles, elder apostles been out there 40 plus years and on down, man, from our, elder bishops and on down, man, younger brothers, man, been teaching his word, giving you warning of the Lord, all right, and what you need to do, and to hopefully retain salvation, man, by repenting and turning back to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. All right, but Jake don't want it, man. Jake is too stuck on what they got going on and what she got going on, what he got going on. How can I come up to and the whole mindset of Jake, a nigga, is to come up and to shit on his own people. But the whole thing of this truth is what? To uplift the Lord's people, man, to feed the elect of Israel, man. It's uplifting. This ain't about goddamn downing one another. This is to warn you of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah and to tell you who you are and what you need to do to Lord willing, be redeemed from this pen of destruction, man. Because the elect are going to be saved. Lord willing, we have that elect number. When this destruction comes, Jacob trouble, we're not going to feel, because like you were saying earlier, the Lord controls both sides. So if we serving Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, hey man, we know that the Lord has us, man. All right, this man's destruction is going to come in a violent way. A lot of people everyone is going to be involved in it. But do you have that covering? Do you have the fear of the Lord? Or, have you been doing what thus said the Lord say, man, to be protected in that time, for your mind to have that assurance that, man, the Lord got me. I know I did the best I could. They're not going to have it. That's why you have a 2/3. That's why you have an elect. Because Jacob's trouble is for Jake to 2/3, the ones that the Lord is not dealing with, but it's also for the destruction of Edom's queendom, man. I got a quick precept up.
Got it, bro.
This is Proverbs 3:25, and it reads, "Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it comes." Again, going back to Jacob's trouble, is particularly for Jake, the clean house. All right, the wicked 2/3. But also that Jacob's trouble is to what? To bring in the destruction of Esau's kingdom as well, man. Mm-hmm. It says, "For the Lord shall be thy confidence, see, and shall keep thy foot from being taken." So the elect, that's why the Lord say, Jacob shall be saved out of it. The elect of Jacob, man. Hey, Lord willing, we have that elect, man. We're not going to be taken in this destruction that's coming to 2/3 in these heathens, man. Okay. It says, but that's basically the point,
I got one I want to read. I was reading Psalms 91. This is Psalms 91, and this is for those whose trust is in the Lord. Security of the one who trusts in the Lord. That's because that's where we at at this particular time. Because it's way more of you all who don't trust in the Lord, man.
Yeah.
And that's and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's all right. That's okay. I mean, somebody got to be that. If you don't believe, that that's gonna take a supernatural intervention, and you just can't you can't settle on the fact that someone's gonna have to come to your rescue.
Right.
Someone is gonna have to come to your rescue. I'm talking about you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know what I'm talking about? So if you don't believe in that, you don't have faith in that. Even though you get up and go to church Sundays and whatnot, and deal with all that madness in the church, you know what I'm saying? And then when it's all said and done, you don't truly believe. You're just doing something just to be doing something. You know what I'm saying? This is for those who truly believe, man. And it reads Psalms 91:1. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Yahweh shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord Yahweh, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In Him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. See, the noisome pestilence, and they talking about coming back with some new shit right now, man. All these different variants of flus and all that old madness. You know what I'm talking about? This shit is ongoing. This is never ending. He shall cover thee with the feathers, and under his wings shall thou trust. His truth shall be my shield and buckler. This truth shall be your shield and buckler. The feathers under the wings. That should be going. That's going into those chariots, man. Because when it's all said and done, the only way up out of here is going up.
It's going up.
It's you know, because everything gonna be falling down. The stars, Paul has seen. That was those intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. When you see the stars falling, quote, them flashes of light, whatnot,
Gone.
You gonna have to go up because everything down here gonna be pummeled and just pulverized to dust, to sand particles, man.
Laid desolate.
Laid desolate. It says, "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrows that flyeth by day." But going to those missiles, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is the latter end of the society that's being ruled by these white folks, man. Through great violence, this man gonna be taken down because that's the only thing that he understand, man. He went over there and got Maduro. It was straight violence. You know, like you say, got that man at his house. You know, he might have been taking a piss at 2:00 in the morning. Ain't no telling what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So great violence is going to be visited to these people, man. It says, "Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror." This is going into the elect now. Hopefully, elect. "Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor for the arrow that falleth by day, nor the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor the destruction that wasteth at noonday." Man, these things were written to warn us, to comfort us. You feel what I'm saying? All of these things were given to us so that what? Let's go real quick. So when we go to 2 Corinthians 2:11, it reads, it says, "Lest Satan should get advantage of us, we are not ignorant of his devices." And one more. And then it says right here in Ecclesiastes, just real quick, 5:15, I believe it is. It says that we should not be what? We should not be ignorant of anything, man, whether it's a small or great thing. It says right here, Ecclesiastes, aka Sirach, 5:15, "Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or a small." So these things are being written, man, you know, for the elect, for the hopefully elect, for the elect. It ain't hopeful. We just hope we're the elect, you know, the hopefully elect. You know what I'm saying? They're written for the hopefully elect, man. So everything has its purpose. The destruction, the salvation, you know what I'm saying? The judgments being brought on the nations, the judgments being brought on 2/3 of the Lord's people, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Everything has its place. Everything has its order. Everything has its lot. And in this time, in these particular times, it will behoove you to be what that scripture right here in Second Ezra. Let me see. I think it's Second Ezra 9. Real quick.
You got it up.
This Second Ezra 9, and we should not even be worried about these things that are happening as far as this is Second Ezra chapter 9, and I think it's what it is 22. It says right here. It says Second Ezra 9:22. It says let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. No, that ain't the one I was looking for. It was the one I was looking for where it says, "Be not concerned about the ungodly, but
okay."
You know which one it is? Is that Second Ezra?
I believe it is. Let me see.
So that's what we should be. We should be concerned about how the godly shall be saved, man. Because everybody can see that this world is on a collision course with destruction. Now, who can be saved from destruction, man? Could those people over there in Palestine, you know what I'm talking about, and what it is, that portion of what's your name? I can't think of it, over there in the land of Israel. They could they be saved, man, and women and children and whatnot? No, they can't be saved, man, unless the Lord do. You know, they ain't gonna be saved anyway. You know what I'm saying? They might the Lord's people, but I'm just saying, a government, their own government can't save them.
Right.
You know, so we're not should be concerned with how the wicked being. You know, we should be, our concern should be, how am I to escape all of this, man?
Exactly.
How in the world can I escape this? Nuclear weapons. When you get into nuclear weapons and whatnot, man, that, you know, there ain't no escape from stuff like that. That has to be an intervention where, you know, quote unquote, a supernatural intervention, man. Let me see. I know that script. Let me see. It's like,
I'm trying to find it myself.
My bad.
Oh, you got.
Let's see. That scripture.
2nd Ezra 8. Start at 50.
8 and 50.
Yeah, start at 50.
Okay, let's see. The 2nd Ezra chapter 8. It says, okay, yeah, this is the 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and verse 50, and it reads, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. But understand thou for thyself, and seek out the glory for such as like thee. For unto you is paradise open, the tree of life is planted, the time to come is prepared, plenteousness is made ready, and it says, a city is built, and rest is allowed. Yea, perfect goodness and wisdom." I got that word wisdom again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Wisdom. They say nothing about money and that go around. It says the root of evil is sealed up for you. Weakness and the mouth is hid from you, and corruption is fled into hell, to be forgotten. Sorrow and are past, and in the end is shewed the treasures of immortality. Going into those bodies, man. You know what I'm saying? The Apostle Elder Sahar said it's gonna be a mixture of angelic and you know, just it's a supernatural, man. We're going back into that same estate that our Lord and Savior Yahushua has entered back into. You know that, you know, say for they left their first estate.
Yep.
We try to get back to that, man. You know, that's the only way. That's the only way immortality is going to be given to you, man. You got to go back to your first estate, man.
Exactly.
It says sorrows are past, and in the end is shewed the treasures of immortality, and therefore ask thou no more questions concerning the multitude of them that perish. For when they had taken liberty, they despised the Most High. It says thought scorn of his law, and forsake his ways. Moreover, they have trodden down his righteousness, and said in their hearts, in their minds, that there is no God. See?
Mm-hmm.
Going back to that Psalms, what did it say, Psalms 14 and 1? A fool say in his heart that there is no power. It says, yea, and that knowing they must die, for as the things aforesaid shall receive you, so thirst and pain and prepare for them, for it was not his will that men should come to naught. Going back to what that was Peter's, was the Lord would say he wouldn't want none of you to pass, man. Just repent, man.
Hey, I found that one I think you're looking for too,
Okay, you got it?
You was in the right chapter. It's verse I'm gonna get it for you. Verse 13, 9 and 13.
Oh, okay.
It says, and therefore, it matches perfectly with what you just read. It say, and therefore be thou not curious of how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
That's it right there, man. Inquire on how can I be saved, man. You know, just like you inquired on how to save your house. I mean, the frivolous things that, you know, the carnal things that you sought to be successful in, man. You want to be successful in being saved, man. Lord willing, you of that elect, man. So you should inquire on how to be saved. You know all the ways of wickedness, man. You witness it. You keep some of them things locked in secret, but the Lord knows these things, whether you want to admit it or not. So now is the time that you repent, you know, given the time and you know, the particular time that we're in right now. It's time you repent, man, and inquire on how do I get salvation? Because obviously the church ain't been teaching you right. We all know that. We all came from that badness, man. So we know that ain't the right way, and you know it ain't the right way. You got to right now in this particular point in time, you got to stop being stubborn, stop resisting. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, man, you're gonna be giving over to the fowler.
Exactly.
You're gonna be giving over to
the bird catcher.
Huh?
The bird catcher.
The bird catcher, man. Shit, you know what I'm talking about? Shit. But yeah, I got that was it on me,
Con. Well, shit, we cleared those days. Shit, we touched on
it. Good. Hey, but so we're gonna close it out. We're gonna give we prayed that it was edifying.
Con.
Particular sit down, you know, just like I say, just talking. Really, we just like a commentary, just talking. Two brothers in the spirit, just talking about things past time and present time, man.
Yeah.
Things that we're witnessing now. These things are all happened before. Going back to what the brothers were speaking about in ancient Rome, man, and how they were acting back then. They're doing the same things right now today, in today's time, in present time, man. It's just that Jake, for the most part, like it says, Jake hates knowledge, man. He hates to deal with things that make sense, and you know, and that time has come and gone, man, for that type of mindset.
Exactly.
You know,
what do you say? Jake hate to make their damn mind work. Jake still on that goddamn Willie Lynch. You know, be strong body, but weak mind.
Yeah, and weak mind. You know what I'm saying? Big old Mendingo warrior, goddamn, and Yassa. It's time out for that, man. Yassa. It's time out for that, man. Because when it's all said and done, Yassa gonna do what he gonna do because that's the only spirit he got. Yassa gonna put your ass to death. You need the Lord, man. Don't care how Yassa make dress that shit up and make it sound like he gonna be your friend at the end of the day.
Oh shit.
Yassa done too much. His damn track record show too much that he ain't no but a goddamn liar.
That's it. That's it. Oh shit.
Hey, but at least you repent, man.
Yassa gonna show your ass what it is.
Yassa gonna show you, man. And guess what? It's all been prepared.
Yep.
It's all been prepared.
Yep. Hey, what Ezekiel say? What that Ezekiel 25? A sword has been sharpened.
Yep. A sword has been sharpened and furbished. And you know what I'm saying? And furbished, you know, and given. Given. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, so that's where you're at now, man. You know, you better take heed and listen. Stop pulling away the shoulder, man. Listen.
Come on.
That's what time we're in. But anyway, Lord willing, we pray that it was edifying. We're going to close out by giving infinite honor praise. My thing fell right at the end. Let's say infinite. let me. Okay, let's see what we do. All right. Okay. We're going to give infinite honor, praise, and glory to the Most High and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Hakadosh. Double honors are given up to the elder apostles as well as elder bishops and the elders of Great Millstone. Quorum to the elect Yashala.
Quorum to the elect Yashala.
Bob Ball.
Baba Ball.
Shalom.
Shalom.